What is going on, guys? The Brothers All Gaming with my review of Strike the Blood Episode 1. And man, what an episode this was. So our story starts off with this young male walking down the street and he passed by this couple. And for some reason this female falls somehow. I forgot the exact reason why she fell. But when the boy, is looking at her, he starts going like a little crazy because we see that he like struggling right now, and we see that he like even hallucinating a little bit because he like thinking about biting some woman because we like saw some brief images of that, but luckily he had a nosebleed and he calms down. So then the next day he like meets up with two of his friends because apparently he's not doing that well in school, so he like studying for these like summer exams and doing some homework, stuff like that. But while he's walking, there's this girl that's like following him, and immediately he like picks up on that because this girl make it way too obvious, that she's following him. So he actually, goes into this mall and he hides into an arcade, and while he's hiding in there, this girl like standing right in the front door. So clearly, like this dude here is like clearly, an observation of how of a not of a, like a noob she is at this kind of stuff. And apparently, like, this guy recognizes her uniform because it's from their middle school. Well, unlike him, he's a high school student, so he's clearly, much older than her. So when he comes out, this girl immediately knows who he is because apparently he's some fourth, I believe it was a progenitor. Now I'm not sure what that is, but apparently it's like something very powerful, and that's what he is. But even though like he like laying low because apparently like people know that this guy is here, but he trying to like play what he really is on low key because I'm not sure what a progenitor is or how powerful they really are. But apparently like people think that this guy can destroy this entire place if he like really wants to. So he plays it off by pretending that he's somebody from a foreign country. I believe that he was saying that he's from Italy, and he told her that she had the wrong guy, so he left. And that right there like really puzzled her because she was so sure that she had the right person. So while they're both walking out, at different times of course, these two guys are talking to the girl, and immediately our main character recognizes that these guys are demons, in human disguise thanks to their little wristbands that they were wearing. So accidentally, the girl, is like it's trying to play them off so they'll leave her alone. And one of them has the nerve to like lift up her skirt, and she gets really mad. She like uses some move, I believe it's called like Young Lightning, that just forces one guy back, and he got hit so hard that we saw him turn to normal. And the other guy got so scared, and I believe that he was a vampire, and he was like using his familiar, which was like some dark Pegasus looking thing. But that part right there was like really cool. But our female here, she's like full of surprises because she actually had like some kind of awesome spear looking weapon, and that right there was like able enough to defeat his familiar. But when she was going in for that finishing blow, our main guy here, I believe his name was Akatsuki, he was able to deflect that with his fist. And that right there can show you how powerful it is, because I'm pretty sure her weapon is supposed to work like really well, on demons. So we learned that wherever this guy is, I forgot what it's called, but wherever he is, it's like full of demons, monsters, spirits, just stuff like that. It's full of it because this place will also build on magic. And because this, the other kind of races besides humans are on the brink of extinction, and they want to save this race, so that's why they kind of gave all the these different other races besides humans their own little place to live in peace. But of course, they're being monitored because we saw when that vampire was going out of control with the powers and using it so wildly, people started panicking and places were like shutting down, and we even got an alert system in some kind of building. So now this girl is kind of mad at Akatsuki because he saw her panties, and not only did he see it once, but he saw it twice when his wind blew by, lift up her skirt again. So now rather than those two fighting, which I'm pretty sure would have been epic, she actually leaves, but she drops her wallet. So Akatsuki picks it up, and we learn that her name is Yukina Himuragi. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that right there is her name. And he actually goes to the school to give it back to her, but she's not there. So he actually, stops nearby outside the school, and we learn that he gets turned on pretty easily. And when he does, his urge for blood actually, comes over him a little bit. And that's when the girl finally comes back. And they were going to fight again, but he was able to calm her down. And she actually, treats him to a meal. So while we're eating, we learn so much about this guy, because not only is he the fourth progenitor, he's also a vampire as well. With like kind of obvious, but at the same time, that could have been an effect for like what he really was. So apparently, he was only the fourth progenitor till about 4 months ago, because that right there is when he became a vampire. So I'm definitely wondering, like, what kind of powers does he have, being mixed with these two different races. And sadly, he has no idea about his past, because every time that he even thinks about that day, he gets this excruciating, horrible headache. But luckily, we actually see what's going on. So apparently, somebody's name was I believe her name was Avorva. I'm probably saying it wrong as well, but I believe that was her name, and she granted his wish. And I'm not sure what kind of wish that was, unless that wish was to make him the fourth progenitor. But for him to get that wish, he had to fulfill her own wish, which was, I believe, to kill her, because we did see that he had a crossbow in his hands, and she had something right in her chest. So I do think like that right there is how it worked. But at the end of the episode, we see those two demons that were like hitting on Yukihina. They were like walking along, and they were talking about how, like, ever since yesterday, how badly that they have been failing. And then we see this beautiful blue-haired girl come out of nowhere talking to them, and she asked them if they want to play. But then we see some gentleman walk up behind her. He's like wearing like a monocle or something, and I'm pretty sure it's obvious that those two are gonna die. But overall, for the first episode, it was pretty cool. I definitely like this anime, and I am going to review this for you guys. But as always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.